Hello, everyone, and welcome to Moonride. This is Dave Johnson, channeling to you from beautiful Copenhagen. I would show you the pictures, but I don't really have a great view here. Now, do visit. It's beautiful. Let's take a look, though. This is going to be a political reading, and it is about Donald Trump and this next potential debate. I think I said before, and I tried not to watch my old videos, but I think I said that Trump won't show up. I actually can't remember perfectly. So I'm going to revisit that. Things do change, and I could have been wrong the first time or this time. So we'll take a look. Also, I'm just going to take a look at, if it does happen, if there's, any success for Trump or Biden there. I presently really hope that he does debate because I think Trump is really starting to show some serious signs of dementia. Might take a look at that a little bit too, and just anything else that pops up, whatever the universe decides to show us today. So let's start with, is he going to debate? So here's Trump, and there's like this lever. Like if you have an idea of a person that's like some kind of weird job where they're pulling the lever, or even like when you have to stamp your card for work. I know you don't do that anymore, but this sort of timesheet. He's looking around, he's looking around, he's looking around. He's pulling the lever. Oh, he's having trouble with the lever. It's almost like the stupidest job at the factory. And he's like, I got to get this down. I got to get this down. What's a fundamental thing about a president? What's one thing that they got to do? And that is be able to speak and articulate stuff. In my vision, Trump has never been able to articulate anything very accurately, but I am aware that he's very good at manipulating media. But without that, so here he goes. So now I'm getting this sort of it's interesting and unusual pyramid where one of the sides falls away and he just kind of bubbles out. And it literally is like he's bubbles. So I'm asking him straight up, are you going to debate? And he says no. He shakes his head no. So Donald, are you going to give an excuse? It's like, oh, my arms are hurting. So it's like, he shows up for work and, oh, I'm sick. I can't pull the lever. My arm hurts. Um, he's going to give the excuse, I think. I'm getting a no, he won't debate. He's giving this excuse that he will, that Biden's got to take a drug test, right? I'm basically seeing drugs, and Biden's going to have to take a drug test, so I won't do it. And this is really important, you guys. If he's failing that badly at preparing, then I don't see how he can move forward. He looks really confused. If you're old enough to have seen On Golden Pond, there's a scene where the main characters, he's starting to suffer some dementia, and there's a sort of panic that comes with him, and you have a lot of sympathy for Henry Fonda. That's the actor who plays him, because the poor man is just losing it. I actually kind of feel, again, a little bit sorry for Trump. I don't feel I do feel sorry for his actions more than I feel sorry for him, but there's just a bit of a just he looks confused. Mm. And it is important to remember that he's a human being and he wasn't born this way. Somebody, and our culture, American culture, created this man, right? So there is some grounds for sympathy, as we should have for any human or being. But he's looking confused. And for the first time, I see him as incredibly vulnerable. It's like he's asking people rather than barking orders, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I even see his kids there. His daughter is looking sympathetic. His daughter is very much like almost like the only love that he ever had, like the only person that actually um, really loved him. I don't think even Melania loves him, or nor did she ever. It's just a money thing for her. Now, this is not a reading about those two, but let's take a look at the anything else that we might know. Are you going to debate or not? Let's just ask one more time. No, I used to be a school teacher, and he's like the kid that does a scribble and gives you and says that that's their homework in class. I had to become a kind of strict teacher, and I'm just like, no, that's not good enough. And you just throw an attitude, like, well, and that's what Donald Trump does, just throw attitude. Now Trump is crying. He's got his head in his hands. I've never seen him so vulnerable. Biden's looking good. I'm seeing him there, like at the debates. And it's like, I'll show up and see if you show up. And Biden's just shining. He's looking really, really awesome. But I don't know, there might be maybe like a second debate where he shows where as Biden's face does change a little bit, and it does show some concern. Now Trump is showing up with a cane, like, like, I think this is just symbolic. He's somewhat hindered. So maybe there will be just a change in venue or time at the debate. But Biden's looking happy again. And that may be nothing. It may just be like, Trump's made the excuse like he's sick, and so he doesn't show up because Biden's now smiling again. Really smiling, like Biden looks like full of light. And I just got to say, it's a win-win for Biden. If Trump doesn't show up, he will win. And if Trump does show up, Biden is just going to wipe the floor with him. Trump right now, he can't put his sentence together. He doesn't know the difference between North and South. He literally can't help himself but insult the city that he's visiting. I'm getting something about Wisconsin. There's some issue with Wisconsin also. I know he just insulted Milwaukee, but there's also something going on with Wisconsin. It's like half the people don't show up to the rally. He's looking quite confused at the rally. He's looking upset and disappointed. He keeps talking over his shoulder at someone. And it's like they're giving him directions. And then they pull him off stage. I think what they're going to try to do is replace this something along the lines of they're going to not debate, and they're going to replace it with something that props Donald up, right? Like, in lieu of debate, I'm just going to go speak on my own behalf. And that doesn't work out at all. It's like he's just staring dumbly at me and dumbly at the audience, like he doesn't know where he is. And we're back to on Golden Pond again. Yeah, and now he's like throwing a ball, but it doesn't go very far. People in the audience are looking shocked. Those people, they're fed a certain brand of media, and as they're fed this certain brand, they don't know that he's starting to malfunction. So they're looking at him live malfunctioning, and it's like they're just shocked. They're just like, what do you mean? This can't be true. This can't be happening. There's a lot of protest and anger. And this is something I was not anticipating, but there's a huge amount of protest and anger around Trump's dementia. These people really feel like it's, of course, somebody else's fault that Trump has dementia. A lot of people, a statue's falling. I don't know whether this is symbolic of Trump falling, but there's a lot of people. I see an American flag. Usually that's a positive for me. Usually when I see the American flag, it represents, the good people. So these people are, I think, you know, Democrats, people support democracy. I'm seeing some people within the tent of the left shaking hands and coming to some agreement. And I'm seeing African American men, and the African American men uh, are surprised by something. I know that there's a recording out of, it hasn't been released yet, of Trump dropping the N bomb, and I think that's what it is. And they're looking, shocked and angry that they've been, fooled. Okay. All right. So, is there anything else that we want to know before this election? So I just get it's a sort of suicide. Like I see blood on a wrist, and it's a sort of suicide. And I don't literally think that Trump will do this. I think Trump will be just his own blustering, his own bad habits, his own eating habits, his own failure to deal with reality is just starting to take over, and it's now Trump can convince himself that anything is true, which might work in the short term, but in the long term, all those American people who've convinced themselves that this is the case, Trump's a good guy and all that stuff, just not working very well. It doesn't have, it's not a long-term strategy. Eventually the truth will harm you, and that is what's going on. You can only hide for so long. I see upset business leaders. They have realized the truth already. Anybody who's seen Trump live has realized that he's not going to succeed. He can't put a sentence together. He can't lead the country. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what inflation is. I'm seeing some of those, quite unpleasant business leaders. I don't know who they are, but I don't know their names, but I'm seeing them and just go, take sticks and crack them. Just like, oh, that's broken. Yeah. And now I'm seeing the flag. And as I see the American flag, I'm seeing a variety of people from a variety of places and sort of reunifying, right? I am personally sick of identity politics. I'm just sick of it. All of these people, all of us as a collective, we have to come together with some kind of agreed upon values, regardless of anything else. There's got to be a set of things, of basic fairness that we all agree to. but the flag rises again. This is part of democracy and learning about democracy. This is part of the evolution of the United States of America and the world as it reflects that democracy. Thanks so much for watching.